My name's Debbie Samuels, and during this week of Daily Devos, we're going to be looking at different Christmas carols and take a look at the meaning and the history behind them. Today we're going to take a look at O Come, Emmanuel. Some of our great ancient hymns were not specifically composed, but they were evolved over time, and that is true of this story. This song is one of the oldest that we sing this time of year. Its origins go back to the 8th or the 9th century. Over 1,000 years ago, different choirs would chant the verses to this song during Advent. The original writer is unknown, but it was discovered by John Mason Neale, who studied Greek and Latin hymns. He found it in the early 1900s and he dusted it off and he put a melody to it. The melody's origin was eventually traced to a 15th century processional funeral hymn for French Franciscan nuns. Say that fast. It was found in a manuscript in the National Library in Paris. Neale's matching of the tune and this melody just seems to be inspired. We can't imagine any other melody that would go with it, especially when we get to the place of saying, "Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel." A little story on John Mason Neale. He was a brilliant student at Cambridge, and he loved music, and he knew 20 different languages. But the church didn't know what to do with him, so they sent him off into an island off of North Africa to minister to the people there. Now the island was very impoverished and they paid O'Neill 27 shillings a year to minister there. So he found himself as the poor serving the poor. He was an outcast, he was rejected, but he used what he had and he founded an orphanage, a school for children, and also he built a refuge for the prostitutes. He was sharing the gospel with whatever he had. I love that story. When we sing this ancient song, we're actually getting a beautiful lesson of theology. It starts all the way from Genesis and goes all the way into Revelation. We're going to take a look at just 2 of the verses. When O'Neill put the melody to it, he has 7 verses, and each one of them is worth a study on their own. The first verse goes, O come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel, that mourns in lonely exile here, until the Son of God appear. Isaiah 7:14 says, Therefore the Lord himself will give you a sign. The virgin will conceive and give birth to a son and will call him Emmanuel. A promise that God is with us. So the first part of this, O come, Emmanuel, asking for God to come and be here, and God's promise came true as he did send his son, Jesus Christ. I love the second part of this verse where it says, and ransom captive Israel. Now this part of the song we don't talk a lot about at Christmas time. But there was a captivity that was going on with the Israelites, and that actually goes on with all men. And sin holds us captive. And the only ransom that could set us free was through the birth of Jesus Christ, his birth and his death on the cross. What a powerful beginning to the rest of this song. And then we go right into the refrain. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. Now I'm going to jump all the way down to verse 7. You don't hear this a lot, but if there's a verse that is ever needed for today, here it is. O come, O King of nations bind, in one the hearts of all mankind. Bid all our sad divisions cease, and be yourself our King of peace. There's so much division in our world today. There's division at homes, in our government, around the world, with each other. And the answer comes in this simple sentence of be yourself, our King of peace. And that will bid all the sad division to cease when he remains the King of peace. This song, written so long ago, tucked away, found again, becoming a beloved song that is full of the word and our hope for all. I hope you enjoy it this Christmas, and Merry Christmas, everyone.
Come, O come, Emmanuel,